Ladies and gentlemen, now I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to sit down and have a bit of a cheeky little catch up because I have not really done a video like this, probably in like a good year, 2 years, and I really just want to outline kind of, where I was, where I've been, and where I am right now, just in terms of like what's going on day to day, my headspace, what I'm thinking. Because I've been on a really weird journey, right? I started YouTube full time in 2016. I was making videos in my bedroom. Before that, 2 years before, I failed as a YouTuber trying to do like MMORPG videos. Had no knowledge of like marketing or like how to make thumbnails or do a good title or all the stuff you need to actually have any sort of like proper visibility on YouTube and grow your channel. So yeah, I failed at that. Got a marketing job. Went into YouTube with a fresh skill set back in 2016, and between 2016 and 2021, we had 5 years of just absolutely smashing out YouTube content. And on the main channel, you can see if you search this now, but we've got about 4,150 videos. And on the anime channel, I think it's about 1,100. So kind of pretty much in that bulk of like the 5 year period between like 2016 and 2021, both the summers, we did about 5,000 YouTube videos. So this averages on a monthly basis to about like 80 to 90 YouTube videos every single month and about 1,000 YouTube videos every year. So I think it's fair to say that we went fucking hard. we went stupidly hard, man, and it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it, but at the same time as well, making that many YouTube videos, dude, and doing that many live streams as well, obviously just consumed the entirety of my life. And I think toward the middle of last year, it kind of left me a little bit burnt out, especially combined with the fact that Marvel Contest of Champions and Seven Deadly Sins, this other game I was playing, are kind of in this spot where I think it's clear that the majority of the development funds aren't really going back into expanding the game. Sure, there's like a couple of new characters every single month, and like the occasional like side event, but there's no real like big development. Like Galactus raids, I don't know if you remember those bad boys, but those were on the roadmap. Was it 2.5 or 1.5 years ago? It was at least like 18 to 20 months ago that Galactus raids were coming in the next like 6 months, and those didn't quite turn out. But I think Marvel Contest of Champions as a game is still ticking along. It's still got new characters, but at least to me, it seems very obvious that the game, unfortunately, is closer to the end of its life cycle than it is to the beginning. There's not big money being pumped back in, despite the fact that they make still a pretty sizable amount of money on the outside. So yeah, I think it kind of like hit that point where also coming from the pandemic, starting up the anime channel and also trying to run the Marvel channel and be like, one of the best and most knowledgeable players at Seven Deadly Sins and Marvel Contest of Champions, my brain was like fried, dude. There's so much you need to know in Marvel Contest of Champions and so much you need to stay on top of. Like, there is a relentless amount of research and testing you need to do when it comes to all of the new champions, who are they good against, who is good against them, and also figuring out whenever a new piece of content comes out, like, what are the best counters, how does this affect the overall meta, is there like a new Defender and Alliance war that's super annoying, and, what are some of the best counters, so, like maintaining the up-to-date knowledge of Marvel Contest of Champions and doing a tier list is very life-consuming. And trying to focus on Seven Deadly Sins as well, and keep that knowledge up to date. I was kind of at a point where like I feel like I just got mentally overloaded and was like, you know what, I cannot fully keep up with like both games, and also like both games I see that development money is just being pulled. Like, Seven Deadly Sins went from really big healthy content updates to very dry ones very quickly. And Marvel Contest of Champions, I feel like it's kind of always been on like this what is it, samey level of it's just been like ticking over for the last few years. But also the the announcement that we had like earlier this year as well to like slow down champion buffs was like, they still do. I'm still very happy that last year they actually started reworking champions and making most of the roster like a lot more usable than they were previously. But I kind of I do feel that they're bogged down by the fact that these games, somebody in an office, a suit somewhere, some CEO, financial manager, has decided that this isn't where we're going to allocate like all of our investment money. The focus isn't on making these games the best possible games they can be. It's about trying to find like the next hit, the next thing, what takes over and is going to be like our money maker in like 3 to 5 years time, when these games get like a little bit too old or they stop working. And as many of you may be aware, Marvel Contests of Champions has had an insane amount of input issues. The game engine, and when they kind of built everything, what was it, like 8 to 10 years ago probably, stuff has advanced quite significantly. And I think they're kind of, at least speaking to developers at Comic-Con, even like 3-4 years ago, they were very bogged down by the fact that the game was built on very old code, and if you change something or remove something, or want to add something new, it just gets very difficult. I know a very limited amount of what this game looks like under the hood, but yeah, apparently according to some anecdotal conversations, it's very messy and very difficult to add in new content and kind of build on some of the additional systems. But they've done a bloody good job. This game over the years has been expanded so heavily, and I really like the direction that they have recently gone in the last few years of doing like variant content and kind of making Act 7 a little bit more fun as well. So when stuff does arrive, I don't think they got the worst content in the world, and I think they're starting to find a little bit more of a balance. Now, one thing I want to talk about, and why I wanted to take a little bit of a step back and try and imagine this over like a 5-year time frame, right? Is every single day I'm making videos, I'm putting myself out there, I'm putting my opinions out there, I'm putting all sorts of stuff out there. And all across the social media, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, the forums, Discord chats, Line chats, Telegram chats, people have very strong opinions about me and all of the characters in this game. And it kind of, is like a slight anxiety thing of like every single day you kind of wake up, and I have human emotions, right? Believe it or not. So sometimes I'm feeling great when I wake up, feeling like punch a bear, jump over Europe. But some days I wake up, I'm feeling terrible. And maybe like I've missed something in a video about a champion's ability, or like a synergy, or I've misobserved something, or not properly done something, or accidentally got something incorrect. And then you just have like these massive like hate threads, or like somebody in the comment section just goes absolutely nuts. And as a content creator, I want to read my comments. I want the constructive feedback. But generally, once you get to a certain level as well, there is like a percentage of people out there, for every like 100 people in a room, there's like one psychopath, somebody who's just absolutely off the rails. But then when you expand that to a community of like 100,000 or 300,000, obviously there's like a lot of bad actors mixed in between there. And it's also like, I know this sounds really stupid and trivial because I've been so lucky with my channel and growth and everything, but I wanted to wake up and not have that anxiety that I would open Reddit or open the forums or open Twitter and just see like a massive thread of people just talking shit about me, like going in, just like getting beyond like the core points and going for like personal attacks and just all sorts, over like the years and like 5,000 videos, I've read like a lot of horrible stuff about me. And that is like, it's the nature of the business, man. But also it's nice to take a break and be like, oh, I haven't uploaded any video that people can be incredibly divided on. So yeah, it was nice to take a bit of a step back and not have that anxiety of like waking up and being like, oh, I've got to check, is have I got something horrendously wrong? Do I really need to learn an important lesson here? Because that's the thing as well, like, even though some people will say, oh, don't listen to like hate comments or negative comments, like there is some value in it. You do learn stuff. You're like, oh god, maybe I was being a bit of an idiot. Maybe I was being really naive on X, Y, or Z. So you try to like filter through stuff that is personal and try and get to, okay, do they really have like a core point? And yeah, when I'm in like a good mood, I'm like, okay, like I can see, fair enough. Uh, this person may hate me, but I could have done like this Falcon video or whatever a little bit better, put in a little bit more work. But when I'm in a bad mood, it doesn't help too much. But again, it's just one of those things that's very weird, and you don't really. It's tough to like convey and really understand how that kind of follows you around constantly when you're plugged into all of this social media, all of these communities. And there's a thread on Brian, and it's a horrible thread actually. There were a lot of really personal attacks, and I loved his response to it. I thought it was really, really good. And I liked his analogy that it's kind of like, as the content creator, you're like a ghost, right? Everybody's there, they're talking shit about you, and you're just kind of there observing. You're like, oh, okay, well, I guess these people hate me. Is there any good feedback in here? And trawling through it all, but it's just the fact that comes with content creation, and if you want to put yourself out there, it's like a lot of people are going to have a lot of different opinions about you, your content, your opinions. And as people do on the internet, they get very impassioned, they get very angry, and then some people get very personal as well. So it's a whole lot of that, but it's nice to take a bit of a step back from the spotlight, and I did enjoy it. But at the same time, like, I miss all the great discussion and banter. Like, we've had so much fun in the comments section, and live stream chats over the years. Like, we've had a lot more good times than bad times. So yeah, I do very much enjoy and always get a good smile reading at people just like pissing about in the comment section, making memes as well. But yeah, it is one of those things, like, making content, you've got to be prepared to wake up and get punched in the face a few times before you start your day, and then you just gotta soldier on forward. And it's part of the job, mate. I'm certainly, again, very lucky to be in this position, but also at the same time, like, it's nice to have a little bit of a break from it once in a while, and yeah, relax a bit. So yeah, overall, like, I'm doing good at the moment. I had a really nice holiday to Dubai in January. We went to Italy in March as well. Spent a lot of time with the missus and my friends this year. And also behind the scenes, just playing a lot of Ni no Kuni. Really enjoying my time with the guild there. Actually have it was also farming in the background, about to do some Lava Valley PvP in a bit. But I do want to get back to doing like the occasional Marvel Contest of Champions video, especially like this month, because there's like Valkyrie. Valkyrie looks so good, dude. I was watching the champion spotlights. Gore, I'm interested to see how he works. There wasn't like anything in the spotlight that I was like, wow, this one ability is crazy. But like, I guess he's got a lot of like debuffs going on, so maybe there's some sort of like cool interactions there. But Valkyrie's looking really, really nice. So I'm excited to start playing around with some of the new characters, maybe do like a Hulkling video and then a Mega Sentinel video, because I've played around both with those characters on the CCP beta, and Hulkling is a beast, but Mega Sentinel is really, really good as well. So they very much impressed me. I actually haven't like tested out Scorpion or Black Cat. But yeah, let me know if those are any good in the comment section below. Scorpion, I think I was away for the majority of the month, or actually I think I was like heavily focused on like testing the beta for one of the blockchain games that I'm supporting. So yeah, I just spent like the entire month in that. But yeah, that was really, really fun. But yeah, aside from that, I got a bit of catching up to do on certain stuff and like looking at some champion buffs as well. I've heard through the grapevine that Storm is a bit of a beast, so yeah, we might check her out at some point. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into kind of my thoughts and feelings on Marvel Contest of Champions. Again, this game and its community, they have like a very special place because like I came all the way from my parents' bedroom to my parents' garden. We went to California, we went to San Francisco, New York. We've had incredible meetings. I've had like holidays with, well, visiting friends in California like Joey and staying with him for a couple of weeks. I'm going to like Coachella with people that I've met over MCOC and just getting wasted. But to be honest, most of the MCOC events that we've ever had just involve excessive amounts of drinking. So yeah, they've always been really, really good fun. But again, it's kind of going back to one of the things that Brian talked about in his video yesterday, because I really watched that and enjoyed it. Like, so much of this game has become about the community and the friends that we made along the way, and it's truly just been amazing watching like all of the connections and like shared experiences that like everybody's been through for like certain champions, certain events. And especially, I know this game was like a sanctuary that really like just flat like saved a lot of people during lockdown, man. It's like it was a dark, horrible time, especially for people that were just completely socially isolated. So to have, the support and ongoing interaction with the community and like the shared ongoing gaming universe was huge for so many people. So yeah, MCOC always has a special place. Am I a sweaty tryhard? Am I dedicated my entire life to MCOC? No, not anymore. Like, I'm just trying to like log in occasionally, make a video, have a little bit of fun, test out the new champions, maybe do a live stream or two next month. I haven't done a live stream in like half a year, dude. I swear it's been way too long. So yeah, I probably feel a little bit nervous, but I'm got to break out the comfort zone. Got to try and get that prime confidence back there. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to my ramblings today, and hopefully you enjoyed or resonated with something that we talked about. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you're all doing well. Take care, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.